Hello students, welcome to Objective English. Today we shall discuss the model question paper of Technical Communication, New Syllabus 2023-24 odd semester. This is a new syllabus of Technical Communication for all the students of BTech second year studying in AKTU affiliated engineering colleges. This is a new syllabus. The code of this course is BAS301 and this is a model question paper you see here, which is of 2023-24. The discussion of this paper will assist you in your examination. So the name of the course is Technical Communication New Syllabus. There would be three sections in this question paper: Section A, Section B and Section C. Section A would be of 20 marks and there will be 10 questions, 2 marks each from every unit. Every unit of the course, Unit 1, Unit 2, Unit 3, Unit 4 and Unit 5. So there would be questions from each and every unit. And these questions are very short answer type questions. In Section B, there would be 5 questions from each unit and every question would be of 10 marks. It is wrongly written here. So this is of 10 marks. Each question will be of 10 marks from each unit and there will be a choice. You are to attempt only 3 questions here out of 5. This section is meant for 30 marks. Now coming to Section C. Section C will have 5 questions from every unit and there will be internal choice in every question. So this question, third, would be from unit number 1, then unit number 2, then unit number 4, then unit number 5. From each unit there will be 2 questions having choices. So this would be of 50 marks. It simply means that the question paper is divided into 100 marks, 20, 30 and 50 marks. Now it is important to know which type of the questions will be asked in this examination. This is a new course, so you must be knowing which type of the questions are to be asked. This is the question paper. I have prepared a solution. Discussion of the questions of this question paper will assist you in your examination. So let's discuss the solution of this question paper. So this is the solution. Now we are coming to the answers of different questions. The very first question is describe paralinguistics. Now paralinguistics, the word is made of 2 different words. Para means parallel, linguistics means language, means anything that runs parallel to the language. That is your tone, your pitch of voice, your accent, volume of your voice, etc. The second question is state the difference between stress and intonation. You know, stress pays particular attention to the syllables and the words. Remember, stress means syllable and words, while intonation pays attention to the pitch of the voice. Stress is emphasis given to a specific syllable or a word, while intonation is the variation of our pitch when we speak spoken language. Intonation indicates our mood and our intention. The third question is define an abstract with respect to a research paper. Now what is abstract? Abstract is something like a summary and it is a short summary, simply means, and it is intended to describe a research work in few words. Another question is, discuss the significance of technical writing. Now, in this technical age, we need to communicate by writing, because writing is the most authentic way of communication. So the significance of writing, especially technical writing, is increasing day by day. And the importance of technical writing can be seen in variety of applications, both in consumer products as well as the industrial environment. Without clear, precise writing that outline the specification and direction for use. So, technical writing is very much important in the present era. We need to write letters, applications, reports, proposals, minutes of the meetings, etc. Another question is, examine the importance of report. Report writing is important for keeping the record. Report writing acts as a decision-making tool that can assist a professional in making decisions based on fact and evidences. Another question is, differentiate solicited and unsolicited proposal. Solicited proposals are request-based proposals and unsolicited proposals are without any request. Remember, solicited proposals are also known as request for proposal, and the acronym is used RFP. Investigate the role of grammatical competence. Another question is, and grammatical competence is understood as the knowledge of grammatical rules and regulations, the grammatical elements of language, and the ability to use them in speech. That is called grammatical competence. Another question is, write a note on participative style of leadership. Although this question is a long question, but in short we can say participative leadership is unique leadership style, also commonly referred as to democratic leadership. Means participative leaders guide their employees while encouraging them. Means it is democratic type. Every employee is free to communicate. So this style of leadership is very effective style. Another question is, name the 5 personality traits. 5 personality traits were given by Maslow's, and this model is known as Maslow's hierarchy of need and personality. It includes 5 personality traits. The first one is self-actualization, esteem, love or belonging, safety, and physiological needs. So these are the 5 personality traits. This is a pyramid given here. You can just stop the video and can read it out. Another question is, state the differences between introvert and extrovert personality. You know, introvert means tending inside. So introvert personalities are those personalities whose feeling tends inside, and extroverts whose feeling tends outside. And that's why introvert people enjoy being alone, spending time in their own space, and contemplating their own thoughts and feelings, while extrovert enjoy being surrounded by people, interacting with outside world, and sharing their thought and feelings with others. These type of people are party animals. They enjoy mixing with the people outside. Now we are coming to section B, and in section B there are 5 questions, out of which we have to attempt 3 questions. First question is, classify different barriers to communication. Discuss the gateways to overcome intrapersonal barriers. Actually, anything that distorts the message sent or received is called barriers to communication. There are several barriers that often distorts communication process. You might have noticed while communicating your ideas with other person, he couldn't understand that, maybe due to some barriers to communication process. According to the nature of barriers, these are of 4 kinds. First is linguistic barrier. Linguistic means language related barriers, maybe the barriers caused by poor grammar, vocabulary, syntax or spelling mistake or pronunciation mistakes also. Coming to the another personal barriers, these are the barriers which are associated to a person only, because he is not able to understand, that is personal problem which is creating barriers to communication. The another is organizational barriers. In the organization, if there is no healthy climate, there may be barriers to communication. And the another is psychological barriers. Psychological barriers are related to one's psychology. If somebody is suffering from inferiority complex, he would not be able to communicate properly. This will result into psychological barriers. If the problems are related to one's psyche, this is known as psychological barrier. Another question is, define group discussion. Why is GD known as an employment communication? Question mark. What is group discussion? Group discussion means a situation in which a group of the people meet face to face to discuss or exchange a subject matter or information and attempt to reach on a shared conclusion. That is called GD. Means GD has a shared conclusion. This discussion has a shared conclusion. And tips for effective GD is subject knowledge is very much important, delivery system, language skills, SWRL, kinesics, voice modulation, knowledge of current affairs is must, confidence is must, and gravity of ideas is indispensable in GD. Coming to the another question, explore some most important methods to overcome the stage phobia. This is called stage fright. So the fear while speaking before a large number of people is called stage fright. And stage fright can cause nervousness and spoil the entire presentation. People who are nervous, they generally cut a sorry figure before others on the stage. So there are some tips, you can use them. First is relax mind and body. Do study the subject material. Practice, 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 because practice makes a man perfect. Connect to your audience. Now you need to use interactive approach. This will also boost your confidence in your presentation. Shift your focus from yourself. This is again very important tip, that instead of focusing on yourself, you need to focus on the subject matter what you are speaking. Don't be afraid and take it easy. Focus on your strength instead of your weakness. Think positively, be prepared in advance, erase all negative thoughts and doubts. So these are some of the tips you can write in detail. Another question is, investigate the methods of inculcating trust through communication. Justify role of emotional intelligence in this context. This is a very common question. Communication is the basis of trust. If one is proficient and authentic in his communication, he can create trust. He can develop good relationship with the people. Improving relationship is essential at the workplace, and to achieve this, communication is very much important. Quality of life depends on quality of relationship. And there are following guidelines regarding communication that will inculcate trust in professional and personal life. So communication is not only important for workplace or your professional life, it is equally important for personal life. The first guideline is communicate openly, have no ulterior motives, act consistently. Your mood swing make people doubt you. Remember, genuinely care about others' goal, inquire and listen. Be responsible, no justification, admit your mistakes. Be always respectful to others while communicating. No gossiping, no backbiting, or no loose talk. And try to express your emotions and mental expectations to the people around you. So all these tips, if someone is following, can create trust among the other people to whom he is communicating to. This is another important question. Express the primary purpose of podcast and methods to monetize it. This is a very very creative topic in this syllabus. Podcast. Now podcast, simply telecasting your ideas, your creativity through various social platforms like Spotify and other platforms. Here, podcast. Monetization is the process of putting advertisement on your podcast so that you can make money from your work. There are various methods for monetization. First is find a sponsorship. Second is sponsor another podcast. Through that you can also monetize your channel. Join an ad network. Another is charge for premium content. Likewise, some YouTubers create free content on YouTube, and then they ask for charge or payment for premium content. So in this way you can also prepare your podcast. Tier premium content, that is also one of the most important methods to get monetization of your podcast. And take donations. If your content is very much important for the audience, you can ask for donations. So these are methods. Now coming to section C, there are 5 questions. Elaborate the process of communication along with its elements. Communication is a two-way process wherein masses in the form of ideas, thoughts, feeling, opinion is transmitted between 2 or more parties. And the communication process includes how many elements? 5 elements. These are SMCRF: sender, message, channel, receiver, and feedback. Write in detail about all these 5 elements in your examination. The another question is 7 C's. 7 C's simply includes correctness, clarity, conciseness, completeness, consideration, or concertness, and courtesy. These are 7 characteristics of business communication and business writing too. These are 7 characteristics of business communication and business writing too. So you need to remember all of them and write in detail about them. Another question is explain communication process and its elements in detail. The same question is there. This is the cycle of communication process, wherein you can see sender, message, channel, receiver, and finally feedback is received by the sender. Another question is explore the important guidelines of conference paper. So there are different guidelines getting ready with an idea. First of all, idea is very important before writing anything. Then you need to draft, then structure of a research paper. You should use a particular structure of a research paper. There is a format. Selecting a journal, then you search a journal for getting it published. Then submission, focus on the central contribution, focus on the central contribution, write for those who don't know about that. Use the context, content, conclusion approach. Avoid superfluous information or irrelevant information. Summarize through abstract. Explain importance of research. Explain result logical sequence. Logical sequence is very important. And try to explain your limitations also. Get the feedback from your friends and your colleagues. So what is pitching an idea and its benefit? Pitching an idea simply implies stressing your important ideas. An idea pitch is when you present a business idea to others. The benefit of pitching the idea are creating improvements, generating revenue, developing relationships. Another question is investigate the process of an effective business presentation with respect to correct gestures and postures. We know that a business presentation uses public speaking and visual materials to communicate important information to a group of professionals. This process includes many steps. First of all, know your audience. Know your material, means the subject matter what you are going to speak on. Tell a story, be organized and consistent. Consider the visual appearance of your presentation. Practice your presentation and prepare what you will wear. Means attire is also important in presentation. Question number 6 is expose linguistic competence and its contribution in effective communication. We have already learned that linguistic competence means language expertise simply. The ability to use language in a comprehensive manner, that is called linguistic competence. And linguistic competence is related to the use of language through the expression and interpretation of concept, thought, feeling, fact or opinion. Communication competence is divided into 4 components. Let me discuss them one by one. Linguistic competence means language related, discourse competence, social linguistic competence, and strategic competence. So there are 4 competencies which are very much important to understand. Understanding the type of communication competence is a vital skill both for managers and business owners, leaders, etc. Now, linguistic competence includes your grammar, your vocabulary, your syntax, pronunciation, and semantics. Semantics means the study of meaning. B part of this question is investigate leadership communication in detail. Which leadership style do you assess as the most influential one? So leadership communication is a type of communication most commonly used by leaders to relay information about companies, culture, core values, missions, etc. to build trust and encourage employees. Leadership styles are three: autocratic, participative, and free rein leadership. Question number 7 is compute the difference between webinar and traditional seminar. This is very common question. Webinar, you understand, these are web and seminar. So webinar is made from two words, web and seminar. Webinar means through internet, it is virtual, and it is in person, it is physical. It is strong, the requirement, if we talk about, a strong internet connection is required. Here presentation software, a computer, microphone, multimedia room, these are required. Where cost is less than, the cost is very less than, but it varies according to the number of the participants. Presenter joining virtually from anywhere, but in seminar they will present physically there. If we talk about reach is unlimited of webinar, but it is limited here. Now the B part of this question is classify the primary components of Sigmund Freud's theory of personality. Actually, Sigmund Freud talks about three components. He just talk about id, the ego, and the superego. You can already read about all these personality traits in your classrooms, and I hope that you will be defining all these questions in detail in your examination. I also expect that some of the concepts you might have understood from this lecture. Thank you. Keep learning on.